Yes, it's another lovely time for us to talk about all the beautiful things that have happened in the world of football and the ones that are going to happen in the coming days or weeks and the transfer window and all the bubbling talking points that you have to say. But the way we start this show, I've said, if you think you can do better than any of these guys that I have on my set, please make yourself available. Come and you must also look good. You see, it's not just to talk like them or talk better than them. You must dress better than them and look good. Okay, you know that we're allergic to body odor in this place, in this organization. But beyond of that, how has it been for you guys out there? Thank you for those of you who are always commenting on our content. Those of you who are subscribing to the channel and helping us grow. God bless you. Thank you very much. But I have with me today two amazing guys, two solid top football talkers. Two people who, when they speak, you want to listen to them. I mean, I've watched this man grow and become, an amazing football commentator, presenter, the best host currently when it comes to hosting a show, way better than I am. I'm still learning. I try to pick a few tips from him, and I think he's a better commentator than I am. Actually, I'm not a commentator. I'm an analyst and a color commentator. That's Emmanuel Sebastian. I also have with me Timothy. Timothy is a guy who's shocked me the most. If there's anything like the fastest improving sports journalist in this space, he's the one, and he's been everywhere. He's worked with the club. He's been in the media. He's a friend of Eric Shell. The only person on this team that we can call a friend of Eric Shell. Yes, it's just that Eric Shell used Juju to knock out. Timothy, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
How did your weekend go? You guys were at Value Jet Cup, right?
I wasn't there actually, but I was there like following.
Okay, you were following the activities.
It was an interesting tournament. I really enjoyed it, and then that's what happens when you. Starting off with the draw, I think the picture was online. We saw the Value Jet Cup draw. The whole ambience, the picture quality and all that, comparing it to what the Nigerian Premier Football League and then the structure, I mean.
No, that was a real town hall, different from Balabu that Tinubu was telling us. The AGM showed us.
You saw how much they put quality, and that's a preseason tournament. If they can do it, then it just shows me that these things are not alien to these administrators. Maybe it's just something that they don't care about, and they just feel like the what matters to them is about the league running and all that. But yeah, the Valley Jet tournament was really interesting. I enjoyed the football. Shooting Stars, their fans are not happy because they are losing too many games. Some of them are saying, "Oh, it's still preseason." But I know that somehow, deep in their mind, there's panic. They've gone from sacking their old coach to bringing in a veteran, if we would call him Coach Salisu Yusuf. So I mean, it's been really interesting. And kudos to Sporting Lagos. I like what they are doing. Kudos to Remo Stars as well. They're not playing like a team that just got relegated. So I kind of feel like they'll be back very soon. Still doubts about what Inter Lagos can do, and where there's one thing I don't know Inter Lagos fans. So I know if I go online, I know, okay, this person is a Sporting Lagos fan, this person is an Ikorodu City fan, this person is a Shooting Stars fan, this person is a Rivers United and Iba fan. But
the thing I want to talk about Inter Lagos, if I say it, I think I'll say it on Elegwete TV.
Yeah, say it with Emmanuel.
If I say it might affect you people. No, not me. So let me just.
Yeah, but yeah, good to be back right here on the Gliders.
Let's come to this man who will be traveling and leaving us to the land of go back. And Emmanuel, please, don't fight anybody there. Get the education, the tour, the visitation, and come back to us. We need you back. I mean, as I start drawing up the plans for the AFCON next year, I'm always like, okay, Emmanuel fits here. Emmanuel will do this. Emmanuel will do this. You guys will hate me when you see the plan on. Morocco was vacation. I don't think the weather. Timothy, if you fall sick in Pamoja, I will send you back.
You
don't try me.
The weather will be.
The weather will be nice. Emmanuel, how has it been? That you kind of like fall into that child of destiny or destiny's child position where. You know how when they say, okay, this guy, where is he coming from? Who is he? And then all of a sudden, you went from the back of the line. You are now in front of the line. And just when you think people would say, oh, he doesn't have the requisite educational qualification to back it. I'm not talking of going to academics now. I'm talking of journalism. People used to say that about me.
Yeah.
You know, go NUG, you know, get journalism credentials. Who is he? People still say that to this day. But now you have this thing with MTN, and then look at how far you've come. When you started, did you see this? Like 8 years after it's 8 years now, or 7 years. Did you see this?
No, to be honest, I didn't see it coming. If you could remember how I got this whole the commentary gig and all of that, I didn't come in, or I didn't come. I'll approach you or send you a DM at the time wanting to be a commentator.
Yeah, I know.
Just to learn analysis, because I loved how the way you broke things down in your analysis. That was the intention, reaching out to you. But God being so kind, we are here. I remember how the whole Team 33 and commentary stuff came about. It was through you. I got to Emmanuel team, and Emmanuel team linked me to Team 33, so you could see the triangle. An opening came, and Emmanuel reached out to me and said, "Guy, how far? You go feed do commentary. Now, nobody is matter of you go feed. Now, something I know say you go feed. So
Emmanuel had already reached out to me.
It wasn't like you go feed. It was like, now something I know say you go feed do. Say, okay, see you, reach out to these people to define commentators. So that was how it started. Then I started, learning about it. I've already loved listening to, because I barely watch football without commentaries. So I don't enjoy it. It's already something that has been a part of me. So I love watching, listening, and ever since it's been smooth sailing. Then we went into this, I started doing videos and all of that, because you've always why you need to put yourself out there.
And they vest for you that time, man.
And this past week has been like it's been a high moment. I did a video on Michaeli Behina, the indomitable Lioness goalkeeper for Cameroon.
Over 20K.
She should be over 30K by now. And I didn't see that coming. Cameroonians on Facebook are loving every bit of it.
They should bring you back to Garoua.
So I didn't see it coming. Like I was on 1.6K on Facebook when I posted that video. Right now I should be hitting 2K, because every minute my notification keeps on popping up that so and so followed you. I mean, look at the name. A few Nigerians, but mostly Cameroonians. Because when I saw her heroics, her exploits at the WAFCON, I've seen people doing videos, but I said, let me go and do some background findings about her. So that she was a striker, and it was a coach that told her to switch to goalkeeping. I saw old clips of her, in goalkeeping, looking tattered, and I decided to embed that into the video and all of that. And look at where it is right now. Before then, it was South Africa, Nigeria. I did a preview of the game. These people don't know, say by this time in 14 days I'll be in Soweto, Vilakazi. They don't know, but then I did a video previewing the Nigeria South Africa game. It didn't get so many comments, but after they won after the match, I went back and I started seeing comments from South Africans rejoicing, saying they are now the giants of Africa. They've stopped our record. They've done this. I say, well done. I love the reaction. I didn't reply. I just some cheeky response. I'm not trying to go back and forth with them, but I just like their comments. Yeah. Some cheeky replies and all of that. But yeah, it's in terms of video creations and all of that, I think this past few weeks has been where I've got the most traction. It's been my high point, and it just tells me to keep going. And
so one of the things you will not need to do is when you're going to South Africa now, you'll be able to document a lot of the movement, so that when you come, you do your video.
Exactly. Yeah.
And please be positive, be nice to them. South Africa need a bit of love right now. I know that everybody's been hammering them, but like I always say, that not everybody in South Africa is bad. Just a few people creating the problem. Again, the same thing with Nigeria. A lot of people talk trash about Nigeria, but not everybody in Nigeria is bad. Nigerians are very good people, accommodating and loving people. Just a few people you have, and the funny thing, the person you have a bad experience with might still be a very good person. I always put it this way: there are days you will meet me and you will call me a snob, but some other time you still meet me in a different approach, and you say I'm the most loving person. So even the meanest person can also be a very nice person. But let's get on with the show, and let's start with your team, Inter Milan. When did you start supporting Inter Milan?
The Azuro Minutes King.
22.
2022. But have you read back on their history?
Yes.
You know quite a lot about their history. To an extent. The only club in world football to have a player that have 1+8. Who's that player?
18.
No, 1+8. plus. The plus sign is there. 8.
Yeah, I've heard about it. Options.
No, they're not option.
There
You
should be
either
options
know,
now.
you either know it or you don't know it. Okay.
What do you mean by the only player that had 1 + 8? Like,
And their JC number.
Okay.
1 + 8. I wish our producer can even just find that one and
I've
put
heard
it on
about
the
the
screen.
1 + 8 thing.
He's the only player in world football that was allowed to use that. So this is what happened. He was wearing number 9. Yeah? He's wearing number 9. He's a Uruguayan. Let me make it easy for you. Is he
okay.
Uruguayan or Colombian? Avero Rukoba is Uruguayan. Okay, it's a Uruguayan. And Ronaldo da Lima came. First season, I got him number 9. He wore I think number 8. And then they gave him number 10 in his first season. Then they signed Roberto Baggio. And he gave Roberto Baggio is number 10. So they gave him number 10 jersey. And then these guys said, okay, Ronaldo, come and take the number 9 jersey. But then he also is a lover of the number 9. He's always wore the number 9. You did this I go use mistake mentioning him. So
I think I'm trying to.
I think they now applied that he should wear a jersey number 1 + 8. I think China actually have done a content on him. And so that's what it was. So I'm asking you, who's that player?
At least you give me small options.
All these things I've said is no option.
I think I know his name is. I think I've read. I know his name is Z something, but I know it's not Zanetti because Zanetti.
His name is Ivan Zamorano.
Because I know Zanetti is not
He's
like
a midfielder. He's
Uruguayan.
the number 6 now, so it's different. So let's get past the Ivan Zamorano thing and bring your knowledge of Inter Milan to test. And like I always say, if you're out there and you think you can do better than these guys on the show, just come in. We'll plug you in on this segment, and as it's always, comment. Go to the comment section, drop a comment, tell us what club you support, and tell us your interest to come here. But remember, we have our dress code. You have to match up with the way we dress. I'm sorry, it's not shaming or anything. You have to match up with how we dress so that you don't come in on the show and people say having you again. I don't want that to happen. So you have to live up to it. But let me start with Timothy. Producer, put the team on the screen without the names of all the players this time.
Gang.
As a clue is the UEFA Champions League Finals 2010. Please don't pick your phone. And this is the team that played against Van Gaal's Bayern Munich.
Christian Kivu on the left.
The number, what number?
26 left back.
Okay.
Julio Cesar in goal.
Okay.
Centre back pairing is going to be difficult. Very, very, very difficult.
There's no number, just question marks.
No number.
Oh, there's no number.
We
Actually,
put number
yes.
this time because it will be easy.
Number 27. Let me first fix that one.
Okay.
Number 27.
Number 7 is Kalajayi Ahmed.
27.
Who's that 27? I'm trying to.
There used to be a club in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Nwabali played for that club. The name of number 27 and that club similar.
I don't get what is this? Like,
That's the clue. I've given you a clue now.
yeah, I'm trying to
Which clubs Nwabali
The
played for
name
Nigeria?
of the player
Lobby
and a
Stars,
club
Wiki Tourist.
that Nwabali played for, Stanley Nwabali kept for, and this player's name are very, very similar.
Which kind of clue be down?
Oh, it's not a clue. Okay, you know the club.
That
Huh?
clue I do.
I'm trying to remember.
Okay. Oh yeah, I caught the other ones.
That clue. 27. More.
Okay, move to the next one. Let's take and say you don't feel this one.
Wait, let I think there is
There's not funny friend, no.
in the defense there should be is it Lucio? Yes.
If you say it's Lucio, if you say so,
There's Lucio.
And
why you ask me?
And now you okay?
Is that your
as-
final answer?
God, no, is that
yeah,
financial? Let's,
at least I've gotten Lucio, Kivu, and Julio Cesar.
Okay. So you don't have 2 out of the other ones, right? Number 25 is the other centre back alongside Lucio. His name
Walter.
is Walter Samuel.
Oh, okay.
Now, number 27. Earlier on, I said his name is similar. Rhymes with a club that Stanley Nwabali kept go for in the Nigerian League. Stanley Nwabali was the former goalkeeper of Gorand FC in Omoko. The number 27's name is Goran Pandem. So, yeah, I'm a Nigerian. I love Nigeria. I know everything about Nigerian football. Let's put that to test today. In this case,
I tried now.
You tried.
Christian Kivu.
In this case, we do not have any name. So you are going to name the entire team. Yeah? Yes. This is the Nigeria versus Argentina match in the finals of the 1996 Olympics. One of the highest points of Nigerian football. And if you cannot fill in these players, the two of you, but we'll start with Emmanuel.
Not me as well.
Emmanuel, if you cannot feel this, you are a commentator. This is what you do before match. You set your team.
Sometimes
and
jersey
put the names.
numbers.
So this, we give you the jersey numbers. So it's not up to you. And don't forget that most of these players played with this number for a very long time in their career. So it will be easy for you to pick them. Let's say, for instance, let me give you giveaway. Number 15, Sunday.
No, this yes.
Number 10,
Seven Affinity.
So one
no
name I
noise.
know that you would, like, you go cry to know is number 17.
Alex Iwobi.
What final again? 1996.
Atlanta 96. Please, producer, put the picture on the screen. Say the better not talk to that because say you come
17. Wild guess.
Hey, wait to consign me.
Oparaku. Is that him?
I don't know. Why you ask me?
Mobi Oparaku. That's my wild guess for
Okay.
that number 17.
Okay. You're correct anyway.
Because I know saying now right back I've read about him then. So 7 Finidi George, 15 Olise, 10 Okocha. 5 should be maybe Gentle Giants with that.
Did you just score Finidi George? Now Olympic team will not be Super Eagles. Now 3 over each players in the squad though.
Oh. So that's 7 no be Finidi.
I wait to consign me and you. You are here. Where was it Finidi? Now if it doesn't my say you me come mention Finidi name here. Me and not be Judge Finidi. I be
Let's
like,
left Lizard aside. It was 5. 5 not.
Okay, Chuku.
1996. Maybe I said Gentle Giants. Is that not him?
okay,
Oh, okay, Chuku. Huh?
Me say if I know.
What about number 3?
Number 3.
And number 2.
Number
three
Number
and
2.
Mudalawa.
Number 2. Eguavon.
Mudalawa. Iguavon number 2.
If I get my
Producer go do short tire for this for this content. The whole world will see you. People will see you in South Africa airport and say, "Look at that guy that said Iguavon went to the
Number
Olympics."
4, Kanu.
Supposed
to fix that one first. 14.
Man, I did try go the long
14. Daniel Amokachi.
Why you there?
14.
Who asked you?
I thought we were
11.
doing it
No,
in
it's
sync.
just him.
Oh, okay.
11 Lawa.
If you say Lawa, no problem. Lawa was at the Olympics.
Lawa 11.
Okay.
Which one remain again? That number 2. I'm trying to figure.
Number 2 and number 3. You
2
never
and
call
number
them.
3.
And number 7, you say Finidi George. Ah, wow. Time they go, bros.
I know. Hope it's number 2 and if number 7 is not, what's that number 7? 96. Ikpeba.
Okay. If you say so.
Yeah. Ikpeba. 14. I'll go with the bull too.
Yes, that one is correct.
Yeah. 4 Papilo. Because 11. I'll just leave it at that. 7. I don't call Prince of Monaco, right? So 11's number 2 and number 3. I don't. It's not coming to my head right now.
What?
Maybe
You don't
if
call the
name-
goalkeeper?
Maybe you call the name.
Who's the
Okay,
goalkeeper?
18 goalkeeper. Of course now. Refine over 18.
How about Peter Refine now? Emmanuel Okala.
Why these
Oh,
names
nah.
now they come?
Peter Frekene.
I mean, just help me. I beg, help
Okay,
me,
so
help me,
you're
help
done,
me.
right?
Yeah, I'm done.
Number 18, Joseph Dosu.
Now
Number 17,
Baba Yaro, Jesus.
Number 2, Babayaro. Number 3, Taribo West.
I get Oparakwan. I don't get Bayaro.
You say number 7, Ikpeba. Wherever be Ikpeba, what happened to Tijani Babangida?
Okay, now he mix it up.
Who's that 11 again? Producer, sorry.
That's
my
Ikpeba.
list.
Ikpeba na.
You mix it up actually.
Yeah. So sorry, sorry. You didn't get it. He also didn't get his own.
Baba Yaro.
It's like na so they be. No, na so they be. Baba Yaro always scored 3 goals. I mean 2 goals on this tournament. You don't remember. Don't worry. Terrible West, maybe our rock solid. You know, no
And I remember
problem.
Oparaku.
No problem. No
I
problem.
say you get like my man don't even go to Igbo.
You see how now so future generation of journalists now you guys say best players of Nigeria. They're not gonna call all this name. I saw Yakuba Yegbeni's all-time best Super Eagles 11.
Sorry.
Anyways, good. Now in best 11, Sha.
Yak. Yak.
But
But that's how they attack me too for my own best 11. So, but Yak, we'll go meet. No worry, we'll go meet. Yak, we'll go meet. Yeah, mom myself. You know, so what did you take home? Let's leave all these our club that we talk about our national team now. Take home from this year's AFCON. Timothy.
WAFCON.
Sorry. WAFCON.
Firstly, for Nigeria, it was an eye opener to me that you can be challenged and then you can be dislodged. And nobody cares about whether you are the greatest team, and there's always someone chasing you to. We want to dislodge you. We want to make you feel the pain that you have made us pass through. A best example is Cameroon. Every time Cameroon has come up against Nigeria at the WAFCON final, they've lost. And that's one of the reasons, if you can say one of the reasons why Cameroon have never won a WAFCON,
Nigeria.
you can say Nigeria. So
The same way Cameroon in the men's version are the reason why we don't have up to 7 AFCON trophy.
yeah.
exactly. So I mean,
Almost all their trophies they won against Nigeria.
exactly. So that's one. That's
84,
one.
88, 2003.
It's crazy. I remember seeing Sunday Olive's video for that 2000 where he was crying bitterly, and that's one take home that
Now we
okay,
give people money for losing finals.
that's one take home, and knowing that okay, you can be dislodged. Another one is the it's the part where I feel like for women's football, it makes more sense if we have more challengers. I mean, there were 12 teams that would usually participate, and we saw 16 teams eventually get to participate. We saw the likes of Egypt, saw the likes of Cape Verde, even though they did not go far. But I mean, Malawi were debutants. We saw how much they got to the final, and then they were just maybe 90 minutes away from winning their first ever
Thank God
WAFCON.
they did not win.
Exactly.
They
I
want to
actually
versus
wanted Cameroon to
I
win.
wanted Cameroon to win
because
they
I mean,
suffered a lot.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
just
Contributed a
right
lot.
that they get to win for what they've suffered for. So those were my take home from this year's WAFCON. Another one, I don't think I have any other one.
Emmanuel, do you think that because the tournament was hosted 1 year apart, it affected because all the teams that got to the semi-finals of the tournament last year, Zambia, Nigeria, Morocco, and South Africa, only Morocco made it to the semi-finals this time, and you can attribute that to be the fact that they are host of the tournament. The others, Zambia, Nigeria, and South Africa, they make the semi-finals. Is that a sign, apart from the lack of preparation from Nigeria and a lot of other people, is that a sign that hosting the tournament every year is a bad thing? Because you no longer have a chance. And then there is also a repeat for the men. In 2012, Zambia won the African Cup of Nations. Nigeria did not participate. Nigeria did not qualify. 2013, we participated. We went on to the finals to win it. We played against Burkina Faso in the finals. If you look to the teams that made the semi-finals the previous year, 1 year before, also didn't do. So you could also attribute to the fact that maybe this is the reason why. I don't know, but I'm just asking. What's your own?
In as much as, to be honest, I honestly don't want the intervals to be too small or too close to each other, because sometimes you want people to want something,
Yeah.
you know, to long
Scarcity
for
is
it,
the
it's
collateral
scarcity
for
and
value.
all of that. So you don't want it to happen frequently. I wouldn't necessarily say that should be the reason, because I mean, you as a national team, you want to play, tournament often, and you wonder how teams prepare for their game. Like you said, aside from Nigeria, we don't know what the preparations of these other countries are. Because if you talked about Morocco now, they've hosted it for, I think, 3 times in a row.
3 straight.
And they still haven't won it. They still didn't get to win it. So you get a few. Sometimes you want to guess that, okay, this might be the time they win it, because you can't host something 3 times in a row and you don't get to win it, even though they've been, should I say, unlucky in this tournament, because the way they've been terrible from 12 yards all through this tournament has been something unprecedented. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's because the tournament are too close. That's why we don't get to see these teams. A lot of teams now are catching up. Who would have predicted Malawi to make it to the final of this year's WAFCON? Cameroon, like we said, qualified through the FIFA rankings, a backdoor entry. Now they've gone on to be eventual champions as well. Algeria as well defeated Morocco in the 3rd place match. So teams are gradually coming up and all of that. So, and in an expanded tournament, teams want to show that they belong here. So it tends to increase the competition. So other teams are really stepping up to the plate and all of that. So it's not necessarily because the tournaments are close together. I'll put it more down to the fact that there are other teams now who wants it more, who wants to belong to the big guns when it comes to women's football, which is why you see the likes of the Malawis, the Algerians, the Cameroons now go on to win it. So yeah, that's just what I'll put it down to.
Yeah, Timothy, let me come to you and take the conversation to Europe. I'm trying to avoid the NFF election and NSC, all the drama, because it is
fact-finding committee.
It is too dirty and too senseless that getting involved in that conversation does not make sense to me. That's why, for those of you who are there wondering why we're not talking about it, that's the reason. But having said that, let me come to you about this. There are crazy moments in football that make you wonder what's happening here. And then sometimes you just feel like destiny has created a path for certain people. Arteta came into coaching about 6 years ago plus, left Man City December and came to Arsenal. 8, 5th, second, and then first. And it felt like the rebuild has reached the summit and it's about to restart.
I like that progression.
You understand?
It's 5th, second, first.
But somehow, if we're going to judge from the Community Shield game, which is not really important, but you would think that a new coach at City would want to prove a point.
Yeah.
Just for that reason, that's what brings the intensity up. Arsenal went into that game, dismantled City. Even in the season where Arsenal won the title, they didn't play City that well. They didn't play so good. They dismantled City. They dominated the game from start to finish. I sat down and I watched that game. There was not a time where a portion of Arsenal fans were thinking, oh, City have come again, or they will do this. Even when the shot passed through the defense, there was a big palm of Raya. Raya was back again, showing that, yeah, even though I didn't get to keep a spot at the World Cup, and, Unai Simons deserved what the chance he got, only 1 goal considered. But when it comes to the Premier League or England, he knows that I am still David Raya, I'm still the guy. Yeah. And the Man City that didn't have their Spanish talisman in Rodri were thrown to shred. Does this give us a pointer that Arsenal might defend the title, or that cost of winning the Community Shield and not winning the league? Which one is going to be stronger now?
Well, my position has been clear even before last season ended. I don't think... I feel, firstly, let me start with fans. I feel you should put your mind in the place where you know that Arsenal are no more the team to banter. Like, for the next 4-5 seasons...
people will want banter, go say banter.
No, what I mean... when I mean,
they don't get Champions League.
Of course, they can banter.
Local title that they win.
When you want to banter, I feel like at least banter should make sense. Arsenal are no more in that position where you can say, okay, you want to talk to them anyhow and all that. Arsenal will go into every season, whether it's the Champions League, whether it's the Premier League, whether it's the Community Shield, whether it's the FA Cup, EFL Cup. They'll go distance. Like at least quarter-final, semi-final, all of these trophies. And I remember saying that if you can win the league as tough as it was with a Pep Guardiola team, and you can also finish second consistently, like I said, they've been building this team consistently.
Yeah.
The fact that they finished second twice in a season that had Pep Guardiola with it.
Club.
And then a slot came, that was, sometimes surprises happen, and they still finish second, and they eventually finish first. Now that there is no Pep Guardiola, I don't see anybody who knows. I mean, Arteta knows what it is to go into a fight for a title. Because if you can do it consistently, going second twice against Pep Guardiola, and the same season where Guardiola was there, you still get to finish first, you already know what it is, what it takes, the intricacies of what winning a title in the Premier League means. So you have finally gotten it. There's no case of, okay, we are butlers. There's no case of, oh, there's one cost anywhere or something. Now, another thing that works in their favor is they've not lost too many players. If you look at the Arsenal squad from last season, there's always a place of, okay, we can fix this guy here. He's going to work. Mosquera, oh, you come and play on the right side. Simba is injured. It works perfectly. Calafiori, sit down to the left. Lewis Kelly played this one. Kelly, move up to the midfield. Rice, take a seat. Now they've added more squad depth. There is Bruno Guimaraes that have come in. There's Stones that has also come in. They are not losing their players. The only player I see that Arsenal have lost is Trossard, and they've done well to replace him in the winger that they brought. They've also added Guimaraes. Forget Nogard. Nogard was not crucial to whatever happened last season. And there's still Madueke. If you look at Arsenal in every position where they have players, it looks like there's that place of squad depth. They also brought this Leeds goalkeeper, Ilya Melia, to come and be a third choice goalkeeper. So Arsenal are very stacked. I don't see any self-implosion, and I don't think there's anybody that can challenge. Maybe they can challenge them, but I don't think there's anybody that when it gets to that last order, the March to May games, that will say, okay,
when you get the mental block.
Exactly. I don't think there's any team that can say, okay, let's match Arsenal strength for strength. And I feel like Arsenal, they eventually defend the title, something that I think they've not done in the Premier League ever. I feel like Arsenal would eventually defend the title. I don't see anyone, not Aston Villa. Aston Villa have shown that most times they come into the season, they just want to play and then eventually pick a top 4 spot. I don't see Liverpool getting to win the title. Manchester United, they can try, but they can't do what Arsenal would do. Arsenal have the consistency of players. They have the squad. They also have a coach who knows what it means to go and fight for a title. So whether winning the Community Shield cause, I don't think all of those will work for us against Arsenal this season.
Oh, okay. Let me go to...
And this is not me trying to buy Arsenal fans. It's just fact.
No. I understand. Let me go to a Liverpoolian, because people will say, oh, you're from Inter Milan. You're not in the Premier League anymore. So, no. We're still talking Arsenal.
Surprises.
We're still talking Arsenal now. He said he's the incoming champion. That's what he said last week. No problem. I don't have a problem with that. One of the things that have been consistent about Arsenal over the last couple of years is the fact that since they lost Thierry Henry and those Van Persie, they no longer have the fear factor. You know, it's a case of we don't know how the elephant got to the top of the tree, but when it will fall, everybody will know. Have Arsenal now do they have the fear factor now? Have they added it to what Arsenal have to offer right now? Do you, when you hear that Arsenal is going to, before, if Arsenal is coming to Anfield, you know it's a guaranteed 3 point for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Do you now have that fear factor? Because that's the X factor in any team.
To be honest, I've not had the signing of Vinicius pull through. Maybe I would have said, okay, because I was wondering if Arsenal were ready for a superstar signing. Because when the whole link to Vinicius coming, not ready in the sense that I'm not talking about financially ready now and all of that, but to handle what comes with
the galaxies that come with
everything that comes with a superstar player. We've seen that with United, Ronaldo, not just on the plains of it now, like a real superstar. Liverpool with Salah and all of that, what he comes, the whole distraction, not just on the pitch.
In the social media era, Arsenal have not really signed a superstar.
Because when the whole link to Vinicius came, I'm like, okay, are they really ready with all that comes with a superstar signing? But are they been able to pull that off? I would say, okay, maybe this is the fear factor. Yes, playing against Arsenal, the whole set piece thing, even though people felt it was kind of negative and all of that, but playing against Arsenal is something you want to keep an eye on last season, that, okay, set piece, if it comes, you're going to be scared. Something might happen with Arsenal whenever there's a corner, whenever there's a free kick and all of that. It happened last season. It was one factor I felt, if you play against Arsenal, don't give away unnecessary free kicks in near 18-yard areas, because they're always going to capitalize, or corner kicks and all of that. But it would have been more, stamped for me at that Vinicius deal pull through. But yes, the set piece factor might still be there. I know of a Twitter football person who call Arsenal a set piece
FC.
dependency project.
No problem. It's okay. It's okay.
That's the terminology, set piece dependency project. I don't know how they are going to capitalize on that this season. I don't know if there will be a little change to Arteta's tactics when it comes to set piece and all of that. But it's one factor.
All the rules that everybody wanted.
So I would just say
all the rules that everybody wanted have been implemented. There's no more. No, you're no longer allowed to ruffle in the 18-yard box.
Yeah,
if your hand is on somebody's body,
and all of that.
so goalkeepers are not protected.
Yeah.
Now, but there are two things in football that always come to mind. There is a team that have players that, these players are the danger ones. Then there are teams that have nobody. It's just the whole squad. Yeah. And that seems to be like what Arteta is building.
Right now, that's what I'm saying.
Arteta wants a team that where everybody, the sum of the beat of everybody's little contribution making the sum of the whole. Which would you prefer? A team that have one or two star players, or a team that everybody can just make it happen?
To be honest, it depends on. I feel it depends on how the team handle it. Most times, if you look at teams, there's just that guy. There's just that one person that it just happens like he's the star of the team. Is not something you plan for. Everything just falls to that player. He gets the goals, the assists. He just comes. It just happens. There's always one player. But for Arsenal, I don't know. I can't pinpoint who that player is.
Is that not why you be afraid of them?
Exactly, and sometimes
because now tactically, as you're setting up, you don't know what you're setting up against.
You don't know what you're setting up against. For Liverpool, it's always Mo Salah. So if you look at over the years, other people score, but he scores more. It just happens to it just happens when it comes to him and all of that. But sometimes I feel it can be more advantageous if it's a whole team game. If he can fall anywhere, it's something that happens with the whole team, not just a particular player. And I think maybe that might just be one way where Arsenal might be the fear of other teams this season, because you can't pinpoint who is going to fall under. At some point, I used to think Saka was the star boy of Arsenal and all of that. He's a star player, the poster boy of the team and all of that. But if you look at it, it comes from anywhere right now. It can come from any angle, and it might just be an advantage to Arsenal if they tend to build on that come next season. But, I mean, there's no player you could point at this Arsenal team and say, okay, he's the guy, he's the player. I don't think there's any player you can pinpoint at Arsenal than when you look at teams over the years. I'm using Liverpool as a reference now because it's always going to be the Mo Salahs and all of that. Yeah.
I think the player for me is their coach. Like it or not, Mikel Arteta is tactically sound, and he understands management a lot. Maybe because I don't know the team with Spanish coaches, but there's just that thing that works well for them, and I think that's one thing that Arteta knows how to set up his team for different games. You may not like it. You may not like, okay, this game, I'm not going to go all out. I'm going to be defensive in the first 30 minutes. Call it devilish football or whatever you want. But I feel like this is the approach. Sometimes, because I've listened to the press conference, I just feel like this is the best approach. If we go into this game, the first 30 minutes, we don't expend all our energy. The team with players, you come out into the second half because you have rested a lot in this first half. When I mean rest, you have not run too much.
Yeah, you're not.
And then you come out in the second half, then you see that, okay, one or two changes. Trossard is coming in here, Martinelli is coming in. Before you know it, they're 2-0 up. So I think that's one thing that Arsenal have, and it's their coach.
And people find it surprising with the way people tag Arteta as a set piece coach because he assisted Pep Guardiola, but people forget he played under David Moyes at Everton. People tend to forget that.
People forget that part. People forget that part.
And I love the way he's blended both into his style.
I think that one thing that Arteta have done is that in the course of these 6 years plus that he's been at Arsenal, he's shown us that he can play the Wenger way.
Yeah.
He can also play the Pep way. But it's also shown us the Moyes, ambitious Moyes in him. As a matter of fact, it is the Moyes that won the league title last season.
Exactly, yeah.
Right? So, it's a crossroad where he gets to somewhere and he wants to... Like yesterday, that was the Wenger in him. Wenger and Pep in him winning that title. Showing what it did to Maresca is what Pep have been doing to me as my senior. Nah, I'm your senior. Oh God!
Exactly.
Break that head of yours and let me serve you some good conch. So that's in my own conclusion. I was talking with my wife. That's why I said to her. But having said that, let's move forward. You know that every transfer window have this thing where there is a pool of players that even before the transfer start, you're already shuffling card. I think this club will need this. This club will need this. the last 2 or 3 summer, the windows have only had maybe 3, maximum 4 key players. All the rest, I was somewhere, and after the Vinicius Junior deal didn't go through, which from day one I stamped my foot on the ground and told them that it not gonna go through. Not everybody will drive a Rolls Royce. It is not possible. Arsenal cannot afford Vinicius Junior right now. Vinicius Junior will make Arsenal relegate. It's not a two-way thing. It's not something that is doable. If Arsenal had expanded the stadium to 80,000 capacity or 100,000 capacity, Vinicius Junior will be done. But at this stage right now, it's not going to happen. So eventually, I think it was a couple of days ago, we're talking, and I said, back in the day, there are 10, 15, or 20 players in the transfer market that you can say, I want my club. I wish, even if it's not available, you say, I wish we can go and get Schneider, Robin, this one, that one. These days, the transfer window is just 4 players. After that, it's just some, would it happen? Can they fit in or can they not fit in? Look at your team, Liverpool, Emmanuel. Have you guys done the business that is expected, or there's just no player to even come and cover, especially in your defensive area?
To be honest, midfield is where I feel the club should have done the business before now. And when I say midfield, I mean, I know there's been a huge amount spent on Florian Wirtz last season, but I mean a proper.
You have Gravenberch, you have.
Yeah, I mean a specialist number 6, a specialist
Okay,
DM.
yeah.
I think that's where the club has been, and I don't know why they've not been taking it serious.
Why didn't you go for the
because-
player that Arsenal signed, Bruno Guimaraes? I don't think it was expensive.
It wasn't, but I mean,
At some point when it was delaying, I was afraid that Liverpool might jump in and just offer 70 or 80 million.
but Bruno will be 29. I think in a couple of months, if I'm not mistaken.
The football retirement age is not going to 40.
FSG they don't do deals like spend that kind of money on
Okay.
players who are in their late 20s and all of
Don't
that.
worry, now go
Since
ahead for 80.
since they bought the club.
This FSG plan,
No, I feel they might be stepping out soon because there's a new consortium now. We hear in,
until they take over, will they talk about FSG?
we hear in 12 months it might be a takeover. But I mean, Jeff Bezos, I'm hoping. But that's by the way. But I think
God, don't let Jeff Bezos come. Now, see,
He's
he
part of
too
the
get
consortium,
money.
though. He's part of the
It's like
consortium,
hearing
They've
that
agreed
Elon
to
Musk wants to
30
buy Man
cents.
United.
Yeah, but
If you hear that Elon Musk wants to buy Man United, you know that there's no more competition.
so we are keeping our fingers crossed. But talking about doing the business, is a makeshift, a specialist DM, not a makeshift rather, is where I think the club should have, go all out to sign and get a proper.
Do you
Since Fabinho left, we've
Do you
not had
have
a
3
proper.
or do you have a proper 6 in the market that you would have loved them to go and approach? That is marketable, that's sellable, not the one that clubs have said, I'm not selling these players. And you cannot go and mention Vitinha now. Nobody's selling Vitinha for you. Know that Vitinha is not for sale.
To be honest, when we hear there was a window that he might be sold, there's Chomeni. Before Mourinho come and said, okay, he's
Yeah.
not selling him. At some point, we thought he was going to leave.
Yeah,
Real Madrid,
Tchouameni would have been a
Aurelien
good player.
Tchouameni. So I would have wanted a DM like Tchouameni to come sit in that midfield. But apparently, Mourinho came in and said, okay, it's not going to sell him and all that. So, but looking at it right now, I'm struggling to pick names right now. But that's one name I thought we would have gone to sign. But the rest are just upcoming. That here and there you don't know how they're going to adapt and fit into the Premier League. Brentford got a guy Sangare from Lens who defeated PSG yesterday in the French Super Cup. But these are unknown names. You don't know how they're going to adapt or fit into the Premier League. You're coming to play for a club like Liverpool, so you want to come and hit the ground running. So yeah, but Tchouameni could have been that perfect DM for me. So that's one area. I don't know. Still ample days left in the transfer window. I don't know if they're going to spring a surprise because that's what Liverpool are known for. Victor Munoz, nobody saw that signing coming. Araujo, nobody saw that signing coming. So we don't know. Maybe they are cooking a defensive midfielder somewhere that will just come. Maybe if Curtis Jones eventually leaves, maybe it opens up space for another defender to come. Because when it comes to our homegrown quota, we are short of homegrown players right now as it stands. So and we are letting go of Curtis.
You want to let
Jones,
Curtis Jones go? Why? Why you guys?
I don't know. Maybe that's where he's heading to because he didn't play against Como in the last preseason game. Even though the club come out to say he's going through his own personal training, we know the stories. When you come out with things like this, a departure is on the card.
Yeah,
so,
it's on the card.
So I personally, I wouldn't have wanted him to go, but it's looking like that's what it is. So yeah.
Let's jump to Manchester United. There's quite a lot of things, During the off-season, we were told about the fact that Manchester United have secured the land that is required to build the stadium, and I'm very happy for them. I'm not a Man United fan, but sometimes people's progress should excite you. That the stadium, the new field stadium that they're going to build, is not far from Old Trafford. It's just across the road. So it's still the same transport, the same train, the same direction of going to Old Trafford that you will use to go to New Trafford. And yeah. I just give you that chat. It takes some time, but at Manchester United on the road to coming back to dominating the English Premier League, or we'll never have a team that will dominate like Manchester United again. And then if you think about it, Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City, 3 clubs have dominated English football in the last maybe 5 decades. Are all from the Manchester area of town, or the north of England.
North of England, that's it.
I know that Chelsea have done their beats. Arsenal, hot and cold, but those are the main people. Is there a roadmap to Manchester United coming back to the top?
Yes, I think there is. Because with what's this man's name?
Carrick?
No, the
Ineos?
owner of the owner of
Ineos.
Ineos. With Ineos, I think
Sir Radcliffe.
yeah, Jim Ratcliffe.
Ratcliffe, yeah.
So I think they've done. Even though sometimes people feel like they don't spend the way they want them to spend, the way under Ed Woodward, Man United could just splash any amount on any player, offer any contract. But with Jim Ratcliffe, they've been playing it safe and they don't just do business anyhow because they understand that okay, we can't be at the losing end. I mean, for players that have Man United have let go in recent years, Jadon Sancho, Anthony Martial, Alejandro Garnacho, the kind of contract that we are awarded to these players were exorbitant contracts, and then eventually it had to get to a point where they had to slash prices, slash a pay cuts, and so you don't want to be in that financial side of things because as you are trying to do the footballing side, you're also trying to do the business side, which involves the finance side of things. So on the roadmap to getting to the pinnacle of English football, I think they are not far away from it. It's just that they need to, maybe sometimes they've not gotten it right with coaches because firstly they got it wrong with Ruben Amorim.
No, Eric Ten Hag. Start from that one. Stubborn goat.
They got it wrong with Eric Ten Hag. They got it wrong. I think they should have not let Ole go, but it's just one of the things where most times you don't listen to the fans because Ole was
fans go mislead you.
It was a project that looked like something that was going to work, but fans felt okay, we should be doing better than this. Then they came, Ralph Rangnick. I think that was when Ralph Rangnick came, and then Rangnick left.
I forgot that one.
Eric Ten Hag came.
I honestly forgot Ralph Rangnick.
Man United opened their mind, employ Oyibo Babalawo to coach their team.
Then Eric Ten Hag came. Then after that, they brought in Ruben Amorim. So it's been quite shaky in terms of getting the right coach, and I feel like that's what they did with. That's what they're going to do with Michael Carrick. It's just going to be a case of hopefully you don't mess it up. If Michael Carrick still stays in the top 3, top 4 range, I feel like they will not let him go because they will feel like if you can keep us consistent, because the issue has been they finish second year or finish third year this season, and then the next season they're going back to 6 or 7. So it's one of those things. If they can get consistent with Carrick, at least then maybe they'll now begin to splash in the funds. Okay, let's get 1 or 2 big players here because right now they're not interested in buying big players anymore. They just want to fix players. I mean, Manchester United were promised 3 midfielders. They've signed 2. Yuri Tillmans, who nobody expected. They've signed Andre Santos, who nobody expected.
My problem with Tillmans is his injuries. He's a good player, but it's his injuries that's my problem with him.
They're trying to sign one Luis Page from Leicester City. I mean, for Manchester United fans, the kind of midfielders they would have been expecting would be the Tchouaméni, Manu Kone, and all of those players. But they are not getting any of those ones. So it shows that they are not interested in signing all of those players where they will splash huge money or offer so much huge or exorbitant contract. So whether they are back to the level of the roadmap to competing and being at the pinnacle of English football, I think they are, but I feel like they need to be patient with the coach as well. I think Carrick, when you have a coach who understands what's playing at a stadium, I mean, Carrick, there's nothing you want to say about Old Trafford that Carrick does not understand. On the toughest nights, on the nights where comebacks are needed, on the nights where we need to dismantle teams 5-0, you understand what it means. On the nights where he knows that Alex Ferguson is angry, he knows what it means. So those are the kind of people you probably need at that club, and that's one thing Arsenal have done with Mikel Arteta as well. And you can see how much it did not start well with Arteta, like you mentioned earlier. 8th, 5th. I mean,
No, 8th.
exactly,
Second,
8th,
second,
5th.
first.
If Arsenal fans, if the board
Be like
then
keyboard. It be like
I like
God.
I like the progression. Your head did there. Your head did there. Your head did there.
no, Papa, no.
I like the progression of that.
if the Arsenal board had been like listen to what the fans were saying, then Arteta would have been long gone. Even in the seasons where
Thank
they were
God
coming, they were coming second.
Amazon Prime.
Even in the seasons where they were coming second, we still saw fans say it was not going to lead them to promised land. I know a fan who is hell-bent on Arteta will not take them to the promised land. They bring in Unai one thing. This same
But it's
fan.
strange how I believe in Arteta from day one, and I never
And
wavered.
same for me for Klopp when he came to. I don't know why it's not same with Carrick and some United fans, because I've seen United fans slander
Emmanuel,
Carrick
before you say
even
that,
after
just
finishing.
to add, do you think that what Arsenal have done with Arteta have opened the door again, and Liverpool did that with Klopp?
Yeah.
Because he ended. His first season was 8. Has it
Terrible.
created a pathway for people to now say, you know what, we can see where this thing has worked and led to great success for Liverpool first with Klopp, from 8th position to Champions League. How many Champions League finals and 2 league
finals,
title? You know, all of those things. Can we also copy? And Arsenal have done it. 1 Champions League final loss, 3 times second position, Champions title. Now they are also favorite to win this one again and also go to the Champions League finals. Whether they win it, we don't know. Is that something that every other top club? I'm not talking of the lower clubs. All these clubs like Chelsea, Liverpool, Man U, and what's the other one again? Man City. No, Man City will start their coach in February. Forget. Enzo Maresca. They go sack him. Enzo Maresca will not end the season.
To be honest, it's not easy with the fan pressure right now. Yes, you know, fans wants to win. Everybody wants to win.
There's only one team that will win the league.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's one team that's going to win, but everybody wants to win. Chelsea, I think they will follow that process now with Alonso. I'll be surprised if they will if they get rid of Alonso, even if result doesn't go well. I don't think it's going to be as bad to a point where they will sack him. Yes, it might be shaky, but not as bad to a point where they will sack him like they like they do their normal sacking and all of that. So I think Chelsea will start that with Alonso. They will give him time because he looks like someone who came in, set his demands, and the owners have bought into it, and looks like they will give him that time. But I think it's one model clubs should buy into. Michael Carrick has, he came into United.
Today, Man United fans will tell you, they'll tell you that he does not have a pattern. This is Man United were the only side that did not lose back-to-back games last season.
At least he should have gotten that benefit of doubt. He brought you back to the Champions League. Trust in him, give him that time. So I think clubs should buy into that right now, and give your managers time. Except it goes as bad to a point, and Slot won the league, but the next season was terrible. It got so bad, like records that have, you've not lost such amount of games in a season. Unwanted records kept on being broken as the season progresses. So
we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities and powers.
Because people kept on saying this man won the league,
and his last was the principalities and powers.
There's some things when club came in. That first season was horrible. Finished 8th, but you could see.
But you guys had terrible players now. Ben Teke and
terrible players at the time.
Those are players that are supposed to be playing in Ipswich. How did Liverpool went to go and sign those players?
But in the midst of those terrible players, you got to a final, to Europa League final.
Ricky Lambert.
You lost to Serie A. So
for training ground, you want to go and play Ricky. Be like name that they call thief.
So some clubs should tend to be patient. Sometimes you want the fan pressure. Fans want to win. They want to see their clubs celebrate trophies and all of that. But you need to be patient to some extent. Be patient. Yes, but let's see how we go. But Spurs, I don't know, because I'm trying to look at angles and all of this. The De Zerbi now is spending the cash. Like you see the array of midfielders they brought from him.
De Zerbi likes midfielders. I mean, for everywhere he goes, he likes
Spurs.
No, we should keep an eye on them, to be honest.
I
see
blind
what they do.
Let me ask this question that would, and when you're doing a show, you're sending a message to your producer and he's not even reading or responding, you know that you're on a long thing. Your producer don't sleep, leave you. But let me bring this one out of nowhere. How long will it take for Cesc Fabregas to be a Premier League coach? Timothy?
I can't say, but it's.
We saw him against Arsenal. We saw him against Liverpool.
I would have said if Arteta was not doing well, or if Arsenal had not
Why
won the-
Arteta?
No, what I'm saying Arteta is, if Arteta was not doing well, I feel like we get to a point where Arsenal say, oh, come and go, and then they want to bring in a player who, of course, Sex Fabregas.
Xabi Alonso was my replacement for Arteta before.
We know who Sex Fabregas was as Arsenal, so that's what I'm saying. But right now, I don't think there's any opening for him, and I'm very sure he's trying to avoid jobs. He's very careful of picking jobs as well. He's trying to avoid jobs like Chelsea, trying to avoid jobs like
Was in Chalice.
yeah, trying to avoid jobs like Chelsea, and I don't know his link with Manchester United. Maybe he would not want to go there, but he probably may not want to go to the Premier League right now. Maybe he wants to go to the Spanish La Liga first. Maybe coach the likes of maybe Sevilla, Villarreal, or still even remain in the Italian Serie A. I mean, it doesn't mean that if you coach, you don't have to coach in
Is
the
he a
Premier
future
League.
Inter coach or AC Milan coach or Juventus coach?
Yeah, I think he's a future coach for one of the top teams at the Serie A, because it was Inter's favorite to go and replace Simone Inzaghi, but they did not agree. Como's president decided that they were not going to let him go, so that was why.
Those guys. Have you seen them? Have you seen them talking on podcast? If you watch those guys talk on podcast, you would start to support Como.
I like their project.
The president said he's not running a football club. He said he's running a boutique, a tourism business.
I think
That people should forget the idea of football. That football, there's no profit. I was trying to get materials to support my position in the group, our group now. And I stumbled on that podcast. I'll share with you guys. And I was like, one of the reasons why I don't even share this is if I put, people don't even acknowledge that, oh, we've watched it, I see it, so it's not engaging. But I saw what the guy was saying about their jerseys.
I was telling Emmanuel this morning that I like the jersey.
Ikorodu City could have done this. Sporting Lagos could have done this. They went to look for an influencer. And that thing just made me look at our ecosystem and say, we'll not get influencer. We don't. The assumption that we have influencers, I just realized that we don't have influencers. Influencers who, I'm not talking of thugs. We have thugs who think that they are influencers. We don't have influencers. Influencers who is doing business and maybe selling millions of whatever they are selling because they are influencers. We don't have. They were selling their jerseys maybe less than 100 euros, right? They now got Rude, ROHUDE, for their last jersey to be their sponsor. They just put it on the jersey and they sold it in the community. It was a sellout. Look at what they did with their presentation for the new jersey, the Adidas jersey. You see that stuff?
Yep.
And then they now hired influencers to talk about it, to compare them with Real Madrid. I was like, okay, yeah, I get it. You have to learn. So when people tell you that social media is bad, it's these things that you look. And the fact that Sex is a co-owner,
exactly,
makes it hard for you to say, oh, you want to go and pick him.
He played
Because it is his
there
business.
first. He played there, and
And
then
then-
he became their coach.
But when I look at Maresca, I'm saying that guy is your replacement.
and I love the fact that he didn't rush for other jobs. Despite
Yeah, he's not forcing a move, and he's enjoying the project.
You
They
force
didn't
him out
rush
of
and
your
all of
club.
that. Yeah, so I love the fact that he took them to Europe.
Directors
so
will
he
vote
wants
you out,
he wants to experience Europe with them and see how they go from there. So yeah.
I think that personally, I would like to travel to Italy, go to Como, and just go and
Como, Venice.
Venice, Genoa. Go and
those little known cities
understudy.
and
Go and
see
just
what they do.
ask questions about their project. Not understand. Understand is a very, very funny word. Go and ask questions about the project, because I'm loving what I'm saying. Just like Wrexham. If I go to England, I'm not going to go to London or Wrexham.
Have you seen their new? I just like the fact that I'm talking about Rob and Ryan.
Yeah.
Their new interview with Rog of
I've not
Men in
seen
Blazers.
it.
Okay,
I've
I'll
not
share it
seen
with you.
Ro-
Like,
I've not seen the Men in Blazers one.
yes,
I saw a short clip of it, but I've not seen the full one. Please, if you have, share.
I
with me.
will.
You know, these things, the innovation in football sometimes was so focused on the result, which is very, very minute compared to the business, the numbers, the science that goes on behind the scene,
yeah.
that we don't even spend time talking about it. We sometimes I tell myself that, why do we always want to analyze the tactics, the formation, the substitution, and the selection? There's so many things that goes on. If I was living in Europe, I would always find out what happens before match. How they sleep. The players are sleeping cryotherapy boxes, how their performance go as against those who don't. So those science behind it, the numbers and all that. But it's been fine. Having said that, we have like 2 minutes to wrap up. I need you to lock your predictions for the top 5 league. Paris Saint-Germain lost this weekend to a very funny team, right? In the Copa, the French Super Cup.
Not actually funny. RC Lens.
5 league: England, Spain, Germany, France, and Italy. Who are your winners?
Arsenal.
This will come back to bite you at the end of the season or come and celebrate you. So be very certain what you're saying.
Yeah, Arsenal for Spain. I don't know if I'll say.
Rodri has gone there, so
I just feel like maybe I don't know.
but they don't have striker.
I don't know if I'll say Real Madrid or maybe one thing. Okay, Barcelona have won it back to back. Let Real Madrid come and win it. That kind of vibe. So
The
I'm
let
trying
person
to-
win something.
Let me still stick with Barcelona.
Okay.
Arsenal in the Premier League, Barcelona, La Liga, Inter Milan, Serie A,
Easiest one.
Bundesliga, still
Okay, another
Bayern
easy
Munich,
one.
and then PSG still Ligue 1.
Pretty much I like PSG for the French Ligue 1. In Serie A, I'll stick with Inter. Premier League, Real ball.
Wait till be Raola.
Which club?
Be specific now.
Raola?
So that when in the season, Raola we don't get bomb out.
Where Raola don't go back to Bournemouth now. We'll call the saying and Bournemouth you predict.
Producer, I'm gonna say he go keep this one, go keep this fight.
Who will win England?
In the Premier League, Liverpool's gonna win the league in England.
See this.
Spain,
which defense?
I'll go Real Madrid. Did you watch Jackie?
What's the
yesterday?
name of your defense?
Did you watch Jeremy Jackie?
Jacket.
Hold on, wait. Did you watch?
I'm wearing a blue jacket.
Did you watch him? Oh god, that guy is a gem. 60 million pound gem.
But that can.
So
Is
to be-
Leonie back?
no, to be honest,
Is
Jackie-
Leonie back?
No, it's still coming, still trying. ACL,
I just like him since because I watched him at
Okay,
Parma.
Liverpool
Yeah,
for
yeah,
I watched
Italy.
him at Parma.
Give us Spain and
So Spain, Real Madrid, the Mourinho factor, I think is going to come in and shock. It's not really a shock, but I think La Liga will feel his presence,
okay.
and it's going to be by winning the title this season. Yeah,
That guy that went unbeaten in a season and didn't win the title. Is who you're talking about.
that's
He shocked himself.
No, it's good. Madrid will win a trophy this season. They didn't win anything last season, but the players will be fired up, and I think La Liga will win it. Then Bundesliga easy. Bayern is going to do it again. Yeah,
Well, that's
What
it.
about Mr. Edafe?
exactly. Yeah,
Hmm.
and give us yours before you
You
wrap
didn't
up.
ask me on our show. I think in England it's going to be Arsenal. Juventus. I'll go for Man again now. I'll go Inter in Italy.
Juventus get.
I go Inter, but I think Juventus would
Who's
kind of
coach?
like give us some push.
This former Napoli
But-
coach.
Spalletti?
Yeah.
Hey, Spalletti. When Azuro Minita spoke, who am I to counter him? Bayern will still win in Germany. France, a new team, will win the title. And like Paris Saint-Germain. And in Spain, it's going to be Barcelona. Barcelona will win. If Madrid had gotten that Rodri, I would have said Madrid. But because of Rodri, I think that Barcelona will find a way to get a striker in before the window closes. I think they will still win the title. But hey, let's keep our fingers crossed and see. And it's time to reach out to you guys. I remind you that this is your final week chance to join the BETWGB FPL, the Fantasy Premier League. Not be because of say I want make you join or go create account. I like to do giveaway. As I not can get the money to do the giveaway. I can see source where giveaway they happen. It okay to say make I invite you and say as soon as they support us since I talk this for our language so that we go understand. As soon as they support us since, may we not go carry the computer, the phone, iPhone, 10 phone, earphone, or the phone, the iPod, AirPod, I be they call them earpod, all of them, and then the plenty money where they're going to give every week, and all the fine goodies we follow. Take go give other people when they follow us. That's why I say make una come join. The link go there for the description box for this show. When una join, as soon as they win every week, the team way on top of the log they will give you money. And then at the end of the season, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, like that, una will get reward. But having said that, terms and condition, I'm not gonna like to tell them I say terms and condition included. The terms and conditions simple. Just create your BETWGB account, and then when you register, you go use your username for your BETWGB account, just put on there so that it would be easy for you to take the collect all the sherebe. Now, if you don't know what the sherebe mean, ask anybody that play professional football, he will tell you that one. I be the allow we all the bonuses and every teacher where they come in. And so I take leave on the show this lovely Monday morning. And as my people go say, they say make I talk that way while they talk. One guy say make I sign out like that. So these are the voice of the Lagos one sports that and sport second that for the paper division for the medical justice and the Republic area. I hail you now.